What up, though? Welcome to the TAGT Show. I'm your host, Mr. Slate, and I want to thank you for tuning in for WFLNT Radio, channel 810.5. That's right, y'all. It's about that time for some headline news. I want you to sit back, grab you a glass of wine or a sip of cognac, and relax. You had a long, hard day, and there's a lot going on out here, so let's get into it. What up, though? Welcome to the TAGT Show. I'm your host, Mr. Slate. And yes, y'all, it is about that time for another show. It's been a while, y'all. I was stuck in California, and now we are free. We're back rolling. We're located here in Tennessee now. Got a load to drop off. I'm going to go ahead and shut down. Got a load that delivers at 3 a.m. So we got an hour and a half before we get there. It is now April 13th, 2020. It's 6:43 p.m. So we got a little time to sit back and relax. So I figured I will do a show. Yes, please don't forget, y'all, to hit the like button, subscribe, hit the bells, hit the stars, anything you can do. You can reach us on the hotline at 810-553-6592. That's 810-553-6592. Also, you can send us an email for shout outs or any suggestions at mrslate810@gmail.com. mrslate810@gmail.com. Yes, y'all. And we're on Twitter. Mr._Slate810, Mr._Slate810. Of course, you can catch us on Facebook at the TAGT Show. That's Facebook, the TAGT Show. And all your other streaming platforms for podcasts. Definitely get in touch with us there, y'all. So, yeah, here's the situation. We got to California. We dropped off our load in California. Picked up a load. Well, the first load that we attempted to pick up, the chute in our trailer. I drive reefer trailer, and it's a refrigerated trailer. So there's a chute that runs along the top of the trailer, and that has to be intact all the way around to keep the product cool throughout the trailer. It distributes the air evenly throughout the trailer. So that was messed up. So they rejected the trailer. So we had to wait until the next morning. Actually, no, we had to wait a day to get that fixed because it was a Saturday night that we found out that they rejected the trailer. So after that, we had to sit and then wait for a shop to open up. And we dropped that trailer off at the shop and proceeded to go on to another load. So we get to the load, and they stated that they changed the location. So I drove about 3 hours down to 101 South in California along the coast. That's a real nice ride. If you ever in California, drive that 101 down the coast. Really beautiful, man. But I got to the next location only to find out that they didn't have any product. So we literally sat there for like 3 days. I had no internet. I could make phone calls, but as far as internet use, I just didn't have it. It was useless. I tried to do some shows a couple of days, and it just wouldn't work. It wouldn't upload. I just couldn't get no internet whatsoever, so that sucked pretty bad. But we finally got out of there, and we got a really nice load coming over to Tennessee, and then we have to drop a load in Kentucky. It's a 2-part load. So we got out of there. It's all good. Definitely lost some revenue, but that's part of the game, man. You win some and you lose some. I've had more winning than losing, so I really can't complain. I'm supposed to be home so I can handle some business at home. I'm ready to go home, see the kids and see family members and hang out a little bit and decompress and then get back out here. So we're on track with that, and I'll definitely keep y'all posted with that. I will be doing shows from the house and let y'all know what's going on, what we got cracking, man. So I hope y'all been doing all right and hanging in there, and it looks like things are, on its way to coming back to normal, hopefully. It everything is looking promising. I've seen a couple of articles, stating that things are going to be opening back up shortly. So I don't know how true that is, but I think they're working on it. The kids are definitely out of school, and I asked my little ones if they miss school, and they said, no, we do not. So it looks like they like schooling from home better. But I told them, I would rather them go to school and, get that social bonding. But right now, it's not too cool. So let's get into some headline news, man, and let's see what's going on. This is the TAGT Show, WFLNT Radio, channel 810.5, y'all. So let's take a look and see what's going on. Looking at the Washington Post, there's an article that was posted today, April 13th at 6 a.m. earlier this morning by Laura Meckler, Valerie Strauss, and Joe Heem. Millions of public school students will suffer from school closures. Education leaders have concluded. All right, so it looks like I'm just going to read a little bit of the article, which is definitely interesting because I've always wondered what they were doing about opening schools back up, or haven't seen much in the news about it. So it looks like only weeks after the coronavirus pandemic forced American schools online, education leaders across the country have concluded that millions of children's learning will be severely stunted and are planning unprecedented steps to help them catch up. So in Miami, school will extend into the summer. Wow. And start earlier in the fall, at least for some students. In Cleveland, schools may shrink the curriculum to cover only core subjects. In Columbia, Missouri, this year's lessons will be woven into next year. So it sounds like states are coming up with their own, plan to combat this COVID-19 from shutting down schools. Some experts suggest holding back more kids, a controversial idea which I don't agree with, while others propose a half-grade step-up for some students, an unconventional one. So, yeah, I don't think holding the kids back, like, damn, that would suck. It's something out of your control. I mean, if we're going to be open and back up, why don't you have something like where they maybe go to school a few days out the week or something like that? You know what I mean? But holding them back, I don't agree with that. I don't know. I wouldn't, I definitely wouldn't advise on holding a child back, due to this. I mean, there's other ways you can do it. You got homeschooling, which they're doing now, and then you have, like summer school program or something where 3 days out of the week or something like that they go and, do some school work to catch up. It shouldn't take that long. I mean, I don't know, just holding them back. I definitely don't agree with that. I don't agree with that at all. But with all the ideas, they're saying the ideas being considered will require political will and logistical savvy, and they are already facing resistance from teachers and parents. They'll also require money and lots of it at a time when a catering economy is devastating state and local budgets, with plunging tax collections and rising costs as Congress considers another coronavirus spending package. Schools' ability to make up ground may hinge on how much more they can pry from Washington. So they're going to be asking for more money. And I think it sounds easy to say, well, let's just stick to online. But some school programs are already strapped with funding. So in order for them to do, get the ability to do the at-home learning, like you have to provide some students with computers, with like laptops. That's going to cost money. And then like all the extra servers and routers and information and things that you got to build for these kids to go to school online. Some schools aren't that fortunate to have that type of funding to do. It could definitely become pretty expensive. Worked in the IT field for quite some time before I started driving trucks, and it can get expensive when you're talking about hundreds upon hundreds of kids that you're trying to provide education through to locally, but you're trying to do it through like you're trying to do it electronically, like online. Like that could get pretty expensive. So that's that, y'all. They're trying to work it out and figure out what are we going to do with the babies, you know what I mean, for our schooling. You know, definitely don't hold them back. I don't agree with that at all. Like, you shouldn't hold them back. There's so many other alternatives that we can do to provide education for the kids, as opposed to holding them back until this turns around. You know, luckily my kids are fortunate enough to go to a school that has the funding to do online learning, and it's not affecting them at all. Like, they actually like it better as opposed to being in school. The only part I don't like about it is the social bonding. You know, I think as a young kid, you should definitely be in school around people, and you know, it teach you. Being social is very important in my book. And, you know, you're hiding your kid from the world, and at some point that kid is going to go out in the world, and he's not going to know how to function. He's not going to know how to do anything, like, sociably. Like, you don't want your kid to grow up like that. So that's that on that. Looks like the governors on the East and West Coast, they're forming a pact to decide when to reopen the economy. But they're getting pushback from Trump. This is from CNN Politics, updated 7:10 p.m. Eastern Time, April 13th, 2020, by Maeve Reston, Katrina Sugalia, and Cherry Mossberg. So this is the thing. The governors in certain states are saying, hey, look, you know, we need to reopen and get back to business because we are taking a devastating hit, which they are. Everybody's taking a devastating hit. Like I said, this country is not made to sit still like we're sitting. I don't even see how we're going to come back from this. I just don't see it. But, you know, we've came back before, and I'm quite sure we can do it, but it's going to be hard, and it's going to be costly. You have, like, certain store chains that's been around for decades that were already struggling. They're considering not even reopening their doors because, you think about it, if you're already in debt, and then this hits you, like, wow. Like, why reopen the doors? Because you're never going to be able to recover from it. You're not going to be able to recover, you know. So the first such groups to be announced came Monday on the East Coast. Democratic New York Governor Andrew Cuomo said his state, New Jersey, Connecticut, Pennsylvania, Delaware, Rhode Island, and Massachusetts each plan to name a public health and economic official to a regional working group. The chief of staff of the governor of each state also will be a part of the group, which will begin work immediately to design a reopening plan. So they're gonna devise a plan to reopen things and get back to business. The West Coast, you know, they're with it. They're like, hey, we're going to join this pack. We're going to go ahead and get in here. So the West Coast states of California, Washington, and Oregon also announced that they are joining forces in a plan to begin incremental release of stay-at-home orders. Governors of 3 states will collaborate on their approach